Hey everybody, now we're covering cold, warm, and hot audiences. These are really important. Let's start right away. So we have cold traffic, we have warm traffic, hot traffic, and we have existing audiences. So what do they actually mean? We're just gonna cover that in this section. Let's start right away. So we have cold audiences. These people are ice cold guys. So they haven't heard of our brand yet. They have no idea who we are. And we have warm audiences. They're not so hot, not so cold, meaning they might have seen us on Instagram, on organic Instagram, scrolling down. Maybe they visited our page, just liked one post, seen our Instagram account or Facebook page, right? They interacted with our Facebook page, so on and so forth. But they didn't take action. They didn't buy from us yet, right? Or if you're a real estate agent and generating leads, maybe they haven't become a lead yet, right? That's one. Hot audiences, they're burning hot. They're about to buy, but they haven't bought yet. That's what hot audiences mean. Maybe they added to cart, but they forgot to buy. These are hot audiences. Let's dive a little bit deeper now. So those campaigns, cold audiences, if we are going to target cold audiences, which we have to, whatever we're targeting in campaign that I showed you are cold audiences, guys. Now we're going to cover what those mean, and then we're going to cover remarketing, so it will make clear sense to you. If it doesn't make sense, just hang on a minute. It will make clear sense in a bit after I cover everything here. So cold audiences, these campaigns that when we're targeting should take 90 to 60% of our budget. If you're starting brand new, if you have no Instagram followers or no website visitors, you just created a website and you are going to spend 100% of your budget on cold audiences. The return on ad spend will be kind of lower compared to the other audience types like warm and hot audience types. And it is okay, guys. It is perfectly okay because these people have no idea about our brand. Yeah, they don't even trust us yet. Let's say we're selling a product below $100. If our product cost is below $100, it is easier to get people to convert, buy from our store, or we're generating leads. It is super easy to get cold audiences to convert, right? We're gonna have high return on ad spend on cold audiences. But if our product is more expensive than $100, it is going to be really hard to convert people from cold audiences. So that's why we always have remarketing campaigns in high budget products, high cost products. That is essential because think about yourself, put yourself in the customer's shoes. You see, let's say, an expensive bag on Instagram, right, or on a Facebook ad. You're not gonna immediately buy $1,000 product right away. You go to their website, check it out, and think about it, right? You say, should I buy it? And then someone calls you, or you just forget, you go back to your work, and then you see one more post saying a person is giving a testimonial, for instance, saying, I love this brand, I really like this brand, they love the product, maybe they try it on. You'd be like, oh yeah, that product looks really good on that person. Actually, a lot of people trust this brand, right? And then you think about this, and then you don't buy another day, and then on the weekend you see it again, and it looks amazing, maybe a different type of, a person wearing in the real life, trying the product out, and then you'll be like, shit, I just want to buy it, and they give you an offer, right? 10% off, no shipping. You'll be like, shit, no, all right, let me just buy this, and then you end up converting. So that's why if the product is more than $100, cold audiences is not going to be working really well. That's why we include remarketing audiences, warm audiences, and hot audiences. Just keep that in mind. So what are those audiences exactly? Interest targeting, we covered audiences and lookalike audiences. We covered lookalike as well, right? So lookalike are going to be people similar to the custom audience, and these people are going to be cold, right? We have to exclude them. We're going to cover how to exclude them as well. So let's cover warm audiences. As you can see, like this little puppy, it is not so hot and it is not so cold as well. It's warm, perfect temperature. What does that mean? These warm audiences are usually Instagram followers or people visited a soft landing page, meaning they didn't visit our product page or maybe just landed on our home page, right? Those people not in a buying mood yet, right? They just follow our Instagram, follow our Facebook page, that kind of audience. They're warm, they know us somewhat, they somewhat know us. When they see us again, they will think, oh, I think I've seen this brand somewhere else, right? I want them to think that way. This is warm audiences. They are easy wins, guys. Let's say if you have more than 1,000 followers on either one of those platforms, Facebook and Instagram, you should put money on warm audiences, and you're gonna convert like crazy, guys. This works really, really well. If you've been doing organic marketing on Facebook, on Instagram, you're posting a lot consistently and you build some audiences, or you wanna run Facebook ads for a client and you see they have 1,000 to, let's say, 10,000, even more audiences, targeting those people, or maybe they have a big Facebook page, right? Targeting those people, those warm audiences are gonna convert like crazy. $1 you put in, you're gonna maybe get $10, $20. The return on ad spend will be huge. And if you have, let's say, a cold lead generation offer, you can target people who become lead, but you wanna sell them a higher ticket offer. Maybe the lead generation is like a software to get them into your email list. You can consider them as warm audiences as well, because they haven't seen your main product offer yet. Hot audiences, these are burning hot audiences like this freaking sun over here, right? They convert like crazy. You're gonna get the cheapest leads, meaning if you are a real estate business, if you are a marketing agency, if you target people with a remarketing audience, meaning hot audience, those people are going to be hot as crazy. They're going to be hot. If you target those people, you're going to get the cheapest leads, you're going to get the cheapest cost per action, cost per purchase, and you're going to get high number of purchases and eventually high return on ad spend. ROAS means return on ad spend, right? In order for us to utilize hot audiences, we have to have enough people visiting our site and adding to cart. Otherwise, if you're lead generating, of course, there's not going to be an add to cart on your website, but we need to have enough people visiting our site. If you don't have 300 at least people visiting your site, I don't really suggest using remarketing, because you don't have enough people visiting your site yet. You should build that site visitors with cold audiences, and then that's the reason why first couple of months of running ads on a brand new account is going to be less profitable compared to an ad account. Let's say they've been running ads for a year. Why? Because they've been spending money and getting people onto their website. And then what it means is they have a hot audience visiting their website, adding to cart, viewing the product page, right? Do not target a hot audience if your business is brand new and you haven't run any ads before. Hot audiences convert like crazy, but if you are a brand new business, you don't have a hot audience yet. That's the reason we don't target, right? That's okay, and we're gonna run cold traffic, or maybe let's say your TikTok account is huge and you're getting a lot of traffic from TikTok to your Facebook page or to your landing page and to product page. If that's the case, if your website visitors is more than 300 every single month, you can run hot audiences, meaning retargeting. And we're gonna cover retargeting in a second. And also, if you've been running ads for at least a month, you can start slowly retargeting website visitors, but only website visitors. Why? Because if you are an e-commerce store and if you just started running ads and it's been only 1 month, you're not gonna have a lot of people adding to cart, initiating checkout. I suggest having at least $20,000, $10,000 per month, and then you're gonna have enough people in the add to cart section. Because imagine if you're spending only $1,000 per month, not enough people is gonna be adding to cart, but you're gonna have enough people visiting your website. That's why we're gonna target website visitors in this case, and those people are gonna be hot. But the hottest audience is checkout initiated. So they added to cart, they almost check out, initiate the checkout, but they didn't click that button to buy. Why? There might be a reason. Maybe the shipping cost is too much. Maybe the price is a little high. Maybe they're just distracted, right? Someone called them from the office. They're working from home. Their bosses called. Maybe they were cooking at the same time. They went back to, stir the pot or whatever. There might be a lot of reasons, right? People are busy. So that's why we want to retarget them. What should a new brand do in this case? So we covered cold, warm, and hot audiences. And if you're a brand new brand, meaning brand new brand, what you should do, start by testing audiences first. Cold audiences, as we covered, we test different audiences, right? And then once we have enough people visiting our site, meaning 300, I suggest we can target hot audiences. And if you have over 1,000 followers on Facebook or Instagram, you can start right away implementing warm campaigns targeting people who engage with your Instagram and Facebook right away, supplementary to your cold audiences, guys. All right, guys, what is remarketing? Remarketing is a huge portion of Facebook advertising. What is remarketing? I will cover that first. They come to your site, this is your site, this is the visitor, and then they, for some reason, leave your site, right? Maybe they were stirring a pot, as I covered, or maybe their bosses call them, or maybe their kid is calling them. They have to pick their kid up from school. They say, oh shit, I have to, do this. And then they leave your site. A couple of days later, when they have the opportunity, maybe on a Sunday afternoon, they're just chilling, and they see their ads again. And at that time, maybe their kids are asleep, their boss can bother them, and then be like, oh, okay, I remember seeing this ad. I was about to buy them. I'm just going to buy it now. Bam. That's remarketing. So remarketing usually is going after warm and hot audiences. Going after cold audiences is not called remarketing, guys. Remarketing is only targeting warm and hot audiences. It is a broader term that we use for remarketing. So how remarketing works? So we place the pixel. Without the pixel, we cannot do remarketing. Unfortunately, guys, we have to place the pixel on our site. As I covered, if you have Shopify, it is super easy. We do it through an API. We cover the integration. If you have a website that is not Shopify, you just grab the pixel code, place on your site, and save it, and you can test it if it is working. And this allows us to place a tag on their browser so we can identify them later on once they browsing through Facebook, right? So building audiences is critical on remarketing. So we define specific audiences based on their actions, such as I said, website visitors. They visited our site in the last 30 days, for instance. We can target those specific people, or abandon their carts. They edit the cart and they abandon that, right? We can specifically identify those audiences and then target them. But for us to target them, we have to first identify them. So we build our audiences, right? And we can also do cross-selling with remarketing. How we can do this? You might be thinking, Jim, is this only people who didn't buy from our brand? No, that we can actually target people who bought from our brand before, but there's a critical tweak to it. McDonald's do this the best. How? They sell you a hamburger, right? A Big Mac. And what they do, they sell you a different item which goes well with the burger. What is it? Fries. They sell you another item, which is a cross-sell, again, that goes really well with that product again. What is that? A Diet Coke, right? That is cross-selling. So if we know they bought a pair of jeans from us, from our brand, we know that by the URL of the certain actions they followed, and I will show you how to do that in a bit. I'm going to target people who bought a t-shirt from me, and I'm going to target them with a pair of jeans. Or let's say they bought a sneakers from you, a pair of sneakers, and you're going to target them with a pair of socks that goes perfectly with that pair of sneakers. That is cross-selling remarketing. So we're going to exclude people who actually bought that specific product. Of course, that doesn't make sense. If they already bought this t-shirt, we cannot retarget them the same t-shirt. Doesn't make sense. We can, but we don't want to, right? They're not going to buy it again. But we can cross-sell a specific product that goes really well with that product, so we increase the number of sales we make and lifetime value of a single customers, and that's really important. And what are some remarketing strategies that we can utilize? So we can do dynamic remarketing. Dynamic remarketing is a feature of Facebook that we can turn on that it automatically picks up a certain product. Let's say if you visited a diamond ring product on our website but you didn't buy, and the Facebook algorithm picks that up automatically and shows them the diamond ring again. So if you have, let's say, 200, 300 products on your website, it is going to be really hard for you to specifically create 300 different creative single images on Canva, right? It's going to be so hard. What Facebook does is they take your product images from your website and bam, if they visited diamond ring, they show them diamond ring later on. If they visited t-shirt, they show them the t-shirt image later on. That's how dynamic remarketing works, guys. That's a powerful tool, and you should use that a lot. But the caveat here is you cannot alter the images. That's the only problem. That is going to take whatever image that's on your website and show it as a dynamic remarketing. Customer loyalty remarketing is a great strategy as well. This is almost like cross-selling. We create a campaign targeting our existing customers and we encourage a repeat purchase. It doesn't have to be cross-selling. Let's say if they've already bought something, let's say 90 days ago, it's quite a bit of time, maybe like 100 days ago, and we cannot cross-sell them, right? They already bought that product and forget about it, probably. And we sell them a completely different product, right? They know our brand. It is more likely they're going to purchase from us again if they had a good experience. And we can offer exclusive discounts to existing customers. We can write in our ad copy and say in the primary text, since you're a loyal customer, we are giving you free shipping, or we are giving you this extra bracelet or something, right? If they buy something marketing firm. And also we have to consider frequency capping. If you don't frequency cap and you increase the budget on and on, if you're spending $100 on your retargeting campaign and you're profitable and you're putting $100 a day and every single day you're getting 300 back. What does that mean? 3x return on ad spend, right? That is a quite profitable campaign depending on your profit margins. What you want to do is we slowly want to increase the budget of the remarketing campaign. And let's say we increase from 100 to 150. We increase it, we take a look at the period and return on ad spend. If our return on ad spend increases, we slowly increase the budget. Return on ad spend increases, we slowly increase the budget. And there's going to be a certain point that the frequency, and we're going to see the frequency, how frequently we're showing our ads to the same people, that it is going to be the tipping point. And that is going to be too much for a person to see your ads. And at that point, there's a high likelihood they're going to report your ads. That is going to decrease your quality score, engagement ranking, and that is going to increase your cost per 1,000 impressions. Facebook will deem you as a bad advertiser. We don't want people to report our ads. And if enough people report our ads, our ad account is likely to be banned. That's really important for us to avoid, guys. If our ad account is banned, we might lose all the data. We can recover that, but there's a high likelihood that we're going to lose our data, and we don't want that. How we can actually get around that, and we set a frequency limit. And of course, we don't have to increase our budget constantly. So we set a frequency limit. What is the ideal frequency, you might ask? Up to 15. I personally like up to 20 maybe sometimes, and I see a great results with lead generation clients. If your product is really expensive, I was running ads for Candela, which is a really expensive device to remove tattoo removal and skincare. They were selling devices for like 200K, 300K, really expensive devices, brand new devices, right? And those devices, like they didn't become lead instantly because they're not sure. They don't want salespeople to call them right away and so on and so forth. Expensive devices. That's why remarketing actually reinforces that decision of them becoming a lead. And also, if you're selling, as I said, a product more than $100, $200, you need those remarketing campaigns. Below 3 means frequency, meaning below 3 frequency means that you can spend way more. So if you up the budget and you get to 15-ish, you have to be careful, guys. Above 15 is dangerous. It is kind of open sea, guys. There can be sharks, reporting your ads. Be careful about that. I'm really comfortable around 7 frequency. If this doesn't make sense, once we after this jump into the ad account, it will make clear sense to you guys. This is frequency capping, that we have to be above 3 and under 15. So this is the sweet spot, if you ask me. And we have, if you're really cautious about, you don't want people to report your ads, try to stay below 7 to 8, guys. So that is frequency, and we don't want to excessively show our ads to the same people so they report us. We don't want that. And we're going to jump into the ad creation, and let's see how we can retarget people. Are you ready? Let's cover Facebook ads remarketing. It's now time. We covered every single thing that is necessary for us to run remarketing ads campaigns on the presentation that you can download in the first module of this section. Now let's cover and run some remarketing campaigns. By the way, since this is a brand new account, we might not have enough people to create it, but I will show you how to do that in a second. Alright, so we're going to create a remarketing campaign. We click on the create button here. In remarketing campaign, your goal has to be either sales or lead generation or ad promotion if you're running ads. Other than that, you don't run an engagement campaign as a remarketing campaign. You don't run a traffic campaign as a remarketing campaign. You don't run an awareness campaign as a remarketing campaign. That's a no-no. But there are certain cases, actually, what we're testing in the agency, we are running, let's say, engagement campaign or traffic campaign, mainly specifically getting people to the website. Not necessarily we want to get people to purchase, and then we're running a remarketing campaign with a higher budget. That's a strategy not for everyone. All right, let's say we are running sales campaigns. I click on the sales, bam. So now we created our sales campaign. So you're gonna name this either remarketing. If you want to work in an agency, you have to know how to do these, guys. These are important. important. Or you can say bottom of the funnel. This also means bottom of the funnel. As we guys covered, we had a funnel which we had cold audiences, warm audiences, and hot audiences. Now we're going to create warm audience, so which means bottom of the funnel, right? Or you can say hot. Some agencies use hot, and some agencies say bottom of the funnel. Some agencies just write remarketing. It depends on the structure or the media buyer, whoever running the account, right? We type in remarketing, no categories, but if you are in one of those categories, as I said, always put that in, guys. Always put that in. Otherwise, they're going to ban your ad account. Disapprove first, and then if you try to publish it more and more, they will ban it. In remarketing campaigns, I suggest running advantage campaign budget. I usually am a person that always loves to run ABO campaign, which is ad set budget optimization, which is you turning this off, but in a campaign budget optimization is really good for remarketing. Click this on, and then we're gonna name the, whatever the budget is. Always put 20 to 10% of your budget on remarketing, not more, not more, not more. And then let's type in 10, and then you're gonna have an option campaign bid strategy. We're gonna go with highest volume. There's a cost per result goal and other bid cap options, but I don't suggest this if you don't have peeps, meaning if you don't have 50 conversions per week. I'm talking about per week, guys. If you don't have that, don't even touch this. Go with highest volume until you get to that point that you have enough volume, and then you can say cost per result goal, and you can switch to other bid cap options. Bid cap options are usually setting a cap that you want to bid for a conversion, for instance. Let's say you're saying, I don't want to spend more than $10 to get one purchase, right? If that's the case, then your impressions are going to be lower because Facebook is really selective who to show the ads to. If you start right away with this or cost per result, when you don't have enough purchases or conversions or leads, you're not going to get performance, guys. Always go with highest volume in this case. Bidding type, auction, yes, we are happy with that. More options, campaign spending limit, you can set one up, and this is all we need to know in this campaign setting. We click next, and then we're going to come to the ad set section where we actually put the most important thing, which is going to be the audiences, right? With iOS 14 updates, guys, I personally suggest you to stack all remarketing audiences in one ad set. The reason being is you don't actually have to specifically go after a certain audience if you're not Gymshark, right? If you're Gymshark, yes, you can divide them up because it's a big account, like they're spending a lot. I suggest if you're not spending $100,000 per month, most of you are not going to be spending that much. Don't divide this remarketing campaign. Even if you're spending that much, I see a lot of great success with not dividing, consolidating all the remarketing audiences in one ad set. For specific remarketing, guys, it is hard to track. We're not going to be able to track. Most of you are not going to be able to track the add to cart. Some of them are going to be bouncing off because with the iOS, some people opted out. You might be thinking, Jim, if add to cart is working way better than initiate checkout, why should I pay money to add to cart, right? You might be thinking that way. But the most important thing is the algorithm is going to miss, the tracking is going to miss some sections, some steps, some add to carts is going to be missing. So if you consolidate everything into one, you are making sure actually you're targeting that specific people and you're not missing that. And then you're going to select your pixel here. And there's one more goal, performance goal you're going to see here. Performance goal is kind of new, guys. So there are going to be two different things. There's this conversion event that you want to optimize on, that you want to select, and the performance goal. What the hell is this? Some people think about it, right? I will tell you what it is. I usually go with maximize number of conversions, right? So, but if you come to other goals here, you're going to see different goals. Maximize number of clicks, maximize daily unique reach, maximize number of impressions. But you might be thinking, yes, but Jim, why did we even choose a campaign objective in the start? And that's a great question. The main thing is that first section gives a smaller signal, but this is giving a little bit of a bigger signal to the Facebook ads managers. That's the little tweak there. And some people have, some media buyers have different ideas about this section, which is performance goal. I personally don't touch this, guys. My performance goal is specifically conversion. So I have to focus on that. Some people go with landing page views because they think they're going to get a lower CPM, which is cost per 1,000 impressions. But I really don't suggest you go with that, guys. You can test it. You have one ad set with this, have another ad set with this, and compare the results. And if you have a better better outcome with this one, go ahead and use that one. It is all testing. And conversion event is going to be, so literally you're saying, what is your conversion event here? Of course, our conversion event is going to be purchase. And then you are coming here and selecting the maximized number of conversion. If your conversion event here is add to cart, they're going to maximize the number of add to carts, right? So we always go with purchase and we go down, pixel is here. If you say show more, you're gonna see attribution settings. And I always go with 7 days after clicking and 1 day view. We covered what is this attribution setting in the beginning of the course. So dynamic creative, some advertisers like to do this. I personally don't like it. I want to see my data in the ad level. So if you go show more options, you can schedule the ad and spending limit. And there is a section of Facebook ads which is kind of new. Again, customer acquisition. So define your existing customers and automatically exclude that, which actually helps us. We used to come in, we used to come here and exclude people here manually, website visitors, and you click on exclude. Yes, we want to exclude those people, so on and so forth. But now if you click this on, that will make it easier for you. But no, we're not going to worry about that. We are a brand new brand, so we're not going to worry about this. All right, it is time to create the remarketing campaign. Let's make this Australia. We are good to go. All right, now let's create a brand new remarketing campaign. What I'm going to do is, as you guys know, this is a detailed targeting, right? We used to detail target people here. And I'm going to go above this map. You are going to see under the audience, create a new audience. And here we have create new. I'm going to click on this and you're going to see custom audience. Yes, we want custom audiences. Perfect. Now we have a bunch of options. We can create, we can actually upload the list. If it was like an offline event, we can upload the list of people, or maybe you downloaded that list from, let's say, Shopify or whatever, right? Those lists are going to be existing customer, right? But as I covered in the section, we can use actually remarketing to cross-sell people, or maybe remind them to buy from us again. But we're going to cover the most common way of doing remarketing. We're going to select website. Well, this is going to be our source, and we're going to click next. Perfect. Now they are giving us the source, which is pixel, for us to run remarketing campaign. Otherwise, as you guys can see, our source is the pixel. If you don't have a pixel, we cannot do this. We cannot achieve that. And you're going to select, it is auto-selected all website visitors. So the retention is, it is automatically going to refresh itself. Let's say this is, if this is the 30 days and 10 days passes, and you're going to, the first 10 days is going to be excluded from that section. The maximum number you can put in the retention is 180 days. Guys, if you put 181, you cannot run it. They say maximum should be 180 days, almost half a year, almost 6 months. So which is pretty good as for all website visitors. And then you're going to name this 100-day visitors. And then you're going to create this audience, and bam, now I'm going to target people in 180 days. By the way, guys, a really important part. If you just place the pixel, this is not going to track things before you implemented the pixel. It will start tracking from the point that you implemented that pixel. That's why pixel is really important. The first thing you need to do, verify the domain, put the credit card information, and then put the pixel in, because you start gathering data. The pixel is constantly working and getting information. All right, we're gonna say done. As you can see, we have our custom audience here, but the most important thing, advantage custom audience. Do not touch this, guys. You always turn this on a cold audience trying to reach new people, but you are defeating the purpose of remarketing if you click on this, guys. Never, 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 never click on this if you are doing remarketing. You can adjust the age range. I personally don't suggest this. You can specifically go with locations if you want to. It is totally up to you again. And you can exclude certain specific audiences if you have already selected them. But I personally don't suggest this. And then we are ready to create our campaign, and then you can play around with the placements here. So you can click edit, and then you can either choose Advantage Plus that I covered, or manual. But we're not going to cover that right now. I will show you other ways of remarketing people. So let's say we cancel this. Let's not cancel this, actually. I want to include that. And if you type in the saved audience will pop up here. So let's click here. As you can see, 180 days website visitors, bam, it's clicked. And sometimes, as you guys know, I didn't click this. It automatically turns this on. Usually most of the people miss this tick and leave this ticked on. Always tick this off on a remarketing campaign. All right, let's add more, because this is going to be a remarketing stacked audience, as I covered. If you, after iOS 14 updates, we want to stack the remarketing audiences under one ad set, 180 days website visitors. All right, we're going to add more. What we're going to do, create new custom audiences, and we're going to do website visitors again, because this is going to be the source for now. All right, how you can change this? You're going to not change the pixel, of course. You're going to have one pixel here, but events is going to change. Click on the events, and you can say people who visited specific web pages. This is great. If you have, let's say, a thank you page, right? You maybe want to put that, and then you can say URL contains thank you, and if that's the page, you put that in. You can say maybe you have multiple thank you pages. In this case, you want to maybe specifically target one thank you page. You say, and also that URL contains, let's say, ebook, right? And then you put that in, and then you say create this audience. Since I don't have a URL like this, I'm not going to be able to do that. In addition, what we can do actually is we can target visitors by time spent. This is critical section that we can utilize, because all visitors, they might accidentally click on the link and come to our website. They might not be qualified yet. So you can say, I want to target people who spend at least 5% or 10% percentile, which is the lower the number is, the more time they spend on your website. So be careful about that. The lower the number you choose, the number of people is going to be smaller, because it's a smaller percentile. It's going to be the top 5% who they spend the most time. If you have a really high ticket offer, meaning if you're selling a really expensive stuff and you want to target to those people who spend most of the time on your website, this is a great option. And then you're going to name this as is. Let's say we want to target people 10% of time spenders, and you're going to make it 180 days, and you create that audience. Bam, we are adding more people in now. So by the way, this is going to include all of this, right? Just be careful, but we are stacking in case that I'm showing you how to do this. You might want to target this specific audience with a different offer. Let's create a new custom audience, and we're going to do website again. Click next. All right, so what we're going to do, click on events. Now it is time to play around with other stuff. We have view content, initiate checkout, page view. These are great, guys. So let's click on, let's say, initiate checkout. These people are going to be really almost about to buy. As we covered, really hot audiences. They are almost about to buy your product or service. What we're going to do now, we're going to type in, we're going to make the time scale as high as possible. We cannot do 181. The maximum is 180. But of course, it is going to be less likely that people are going to take action, because imagine half a year went by, they probably forget about that product or bought from somewhere else. This works pretty well with 30 days, guys. After 30 days, the effectiveness of initiate checkout goes away. So we're going to type it. By the way, there's not enough people here, but I still want to put it initiate checkout, and you're going to type in the day, 30 days. Bam. And you can refine this, guys. You can put a device here, URL parameter here, aggregated value here. You can put, let's say, aggregated value. You can put a frequency, sum of, average, minimum. You can play around with this. So I just want to X out, and I usually target really general here. I don't go really deep like that. Why? Because as I said before the iOS 14 updates, it was really granular, but now we are going really broad with our targeting. But here we want to be granular again. So I'm going to add more custom audiences. We covered most of the stuff, guys, for website visitors. Now you can add customer list, people who put their information in, but they didn't check or purchase the product. We can go with Instagram account, but you have to connect your Instagram account to do this. Since I haven't connected, I will not be able to see this, but I will show you the events that you can target. All right, guys, so we have a bunch of options here. So the first one who started following this professional account, these are going to be more committed people. They started following your account. But this one, anyone who engaged with this professional account, it can mean liking, commenting, visited your profile. This can be anything, guys. They don't necessarily have to follow you or visit you. They can comment under one post. This can count as well. That works really well with organic reels. And if someone sees your organic reel, for instance, and then you can target that person if they engage, of course, comments, likes, so on and so forth, or share or swipe your carousel. This one is a little bit more more specific, they have to visit your professional profile, and you have to make it business profile for you to connect to Facebook. Anyone engaged with any post or ad, this is a little bit different. It includes ads as well. People who sent a message to this professional account, this is a little bit more specific. Who saved any of post or ad, this is going to be really small, tiny bracket, guys. Click one of these and go with that. I usually suggest going with the broadest one, which is this, engage with your professional account. And also the retention is larger than website action. So we can go 365 days, which is a year, guys, which is amazing if you ask me. Now you're going to create that audience and stack that in to the website. What else we can do? We can do Facebook page, guys. Let's go with Facebook page. And then newsletter marketing who engage with your profile. We have the same exact options that we have with Instagram, right? This is great, guys. I always include that. Facebook, I'm not as active, so I'm not going to be doing that. And you're going to say 365 days engaged, right? But if you have a really big website number of people visiting your website, what I'm saying in terms of big is 10,000 a month, 100,000 a month, more than 10,000, you can actually have a different warm audience, specifically warm audience who engage with your Instagram account, and you can have a specific hot audience that you target website visitors. But in this case, if you're a small business owner and you don't have much visitors, you can go with that. And bam, we added that as well. And we're going to create one more custom audience to remarket, and this is going to be videos. This works really well. We covered other sections as well in the presentation, but video works really well. And then you're going to be seeing your videos and the options that you can select. I suggest going with the broadest one, which is who viewed at least 3 seconds of your video, which is great, guys. They have to literally engage for 3 seconds. That's enough for us to target them. Or you can be more specific, and as I said, these are going to be less and less and less people who watched 95% of your video. And if you're not spending much money on Facebook advertising, this is not going to make sense for you. But if there's sufficient budget, I'm talking about $10,000, $100,000 per month, you're going to be able to run profitable ads with more defined, more specific audiences, and who watched 95, 75, or 50% of your videos, because those people will more likely to remember your ad, right? And then you're going to click this, bam, and then they're going to give you the option to choose the videos. But since I don't have videos, and you can also select Instagram videos, Facebook page videos, campaign, you will select those videos as they come up. Since I don't have that, I cannot do it. And then you're going to click confirm, and we go back, and then you're going to save that audience 365, whatever video views is it, video views. And you can create sequences like this. You can say, I want to target people who watch this video 50 seconds, and I want to target them with this specific video, right? You can be really granular. The Facebook advertising is giving you tons, guys, tons. And if you uploaded a catalog, you can click on the catalog, bam, and you will be able to select and define your product sets. Let's say I want to target this product set, which I only have one product in this case, right? So you can see the all products. If you upload this, by the way, I haven't uploaded yet, and then you're going to say any, all, you can select that, and you're going to click on the retention and who viewed products from your product set, or you can say added to product to the cart, or you can say purchased, right? You can have a bunch of options, as I said. So, and then you're going to create that audience too, and you are stacking them up one by one. You don't necessarily have to do it all, but I'm showing you what you can do. You can go with shopping. It's a meta source as well. But for this, you have to enable Instagram shopping, which goes on organically, interacted with shopping experience on Facebook or Instagram, right? This is not ads, guys. So, or you can go with events. If you're running an event, you can target people who engaged with your event on Facebook, on your Facebook profile, right? And then you go back, and then you go next, bam. This is how you run remarketing ads, guys. We put on warm audiences, we put on hot audiences. These are stacked. There are a bunch of people in there, but it depends on how many people visiting on your site. In the next section, we're going to cover how to write copy for a remarketing ad. That is going to be make or break for your remarketing ads to be profitable. See you in the next one.